Right, to begin drawing the parts that you're going to laser cut for the plastic parts of the lamp, you will need to use 2D design. You will need the paper drawing that you were given for the dimensions, and the first thing you need to do is to gridlock. So press the button marked gridlock in the top right hand corner. Draw yourself a couple of straight lines, one vertical and one horizontal. Now the next key thing is to look at the part you're drawing. I'm going to start off with part 10, which is the spacer. Now there are 3 of them, but you only need to draw it once. That starts off as a block of acrylic, or piece of acrylic, 16 by 19. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to construction points on the left hand toolbox, click and hold, and then draw a construction point at a given distance along an object. You'll see a dialog box come up. Change the distance in the top part of the box to 19mm, because that's one of the dimensions on the drawing. OK that, and then from the end of the line that you want 90mm to be measured along, point the finger and click, and you will see a construction point comes up. You probably can't see it in the video, but it will be that little grey circle. Once again, then back to construction points and change that 19 to 16mm. OK that, and then along the other line, point to it near the end you want to measure 16mm from, so down the bottom there somewhere, and click, and then you can just see the construction point in that drawing, actually, in that picture actually. Right, go to delete object, delete part of an object between the 2 nearest intersections, and then snap off the bits that you don't want. Go to lines again and use the attach tool, so go over to the right hand toolbox and click on attach, which is the little square. Take off the gridlock and click on the end of your one of your lines, and you'll find your line will be attached to that. Go over to the radial lock tool, which is next to the attach. Click on that, and you'll see that the line will can only be drawn horizontally, 45 degrees, or vertically, and you want it in this case horizontally. Click off that. Click on that, and then click off radial lock. Back to attach a line onto the end of the other line, and radial lock there. Snap off those extra lines, so that is your shape. Now you need a hole in the middle, and that hole is in the 8mm up, so it's in the centre of the 16mm side, and it's in the centre of the block actually. The easiest way to do that is go back to construction points. Now click and hold, and you'll see construction point which divides a given object. You get a dialog box there, and it comes up as a default number of divisions, 2. That's what you want. So click OK on that, and then on one line click, another line click, then there's the vertical lines, click, and you'll get 4 construction points. All you need to do then is simply use the attach command and the line tool, and draw a line across, and then you've got a line in the middle. That's where you want to put your circle. So go back to construction points, and construction points at an intersection, a crossing point, click on that one, and then put a construction point in the middle of that cross there. You can now get rid of those lines, delete any, and get rid of those 2 cross lines. So you've got a construction point in the centre of that square. Look at your drawing and look at the diameter of the hole. That is M5. That means it's got to have an M5 thread cut in it. That does not mean that it's a 5mm hole. The hole that you want is 4.2mm. That's the tapping size for M5. So go to the circle tool, click and hold, and the next one along is draw a circle with a given centre and radius. Click on that, and you'll see a dialog box. Half of 4.2, because it's a radius you've got to put in. This is a numeracy link. The radius you've got to put in there is half of the diameter, so half of 4.2 is of course 2.1. OK that. Right, now you've got the attach command on, which is what you need, so then just simply attach the circle to the central construction point, and there it is. So that's your first part, that's part 5.